Well, New Year's Eve in Glasgow town, when all we had was half a crown. A bunch of us pub went all around and pints of fun and Rothsay-o. We wandered through the broom, we laughed and rain and hail across the shore. And 40 minutes after 12, we got the like the Rothsay-o. Derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, derrimadoo-a-daddy-o, derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, the night we went to Rothsay-o. Well, one of the boys is a bit of a lout and he takes us all to a pint. As big as we could, we all set out for a public house in Rothsay-o. Says he, me lads, I like the sing, says I'll do no such a thing. Clear the room and make a ring and it'll play to you all in Rothsay-o. Derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, derrimadoo-a-daddy-o, derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, the night we went to Rothsay-o. Banjo! Had to find a place to sleep. We were all too drunk to even breathe. We found a place that was really cheap and a boarding house in Rothsay-o. We all lay down to take our ease, but somebody happened for to sneeze. Whacking half a million fleas and a boarding house in Rothsay-o. Derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, derrimadoo-a-daddy-o, derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, the night we went to Rothsay-o. There were several different kinds of bugs, and some had feet like dyers' clubs. Some of them they hug on their lugs and cried, "Fire!" Rothsay-o. Says I think we'll head for home. And we swore we'd never more will roam. And we're scratching still as we sing this poem of the night we went to Rothsay-o. Derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, derrimadoo-a-daddy-o, derrimadoo-a-dum-a-day, the night we went to Rothsay-o.
From Vancouver, British Columbia, it's the Irish Rovers.
How are you? Long time ago when the earth was green, there was more kinds of animals than you've ever seen. They'd run around free, and the earth was being born. The loveliest of them all was the unicorn. There was green
Alligators and long-necked geese, snow humpty-backed camels, ups and chimpanzees, some cats and rats and elephants, as sure as you're born. The loveliest of all was the unicorn.
Thank you very, very much for joining our show tonight. Our special guest tonight is Mr. John Davidson. And you're going to love him. Just in case that first song was a bit too raucous and noisy after last night's celebrations. Jimmy, where's your head, son?
My head's still on my shoulders.
We thought we'd better sing a wee gentle love song. It's called the Nightingale song. You can all sing in the chorus too. That's lovely.
As I was a-walking and a-rambling one day, I spied a young couple so fondly did stray. Well, the one was a young maid so sweet and so fair, and the other one was a soldier and a brave grenadier. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went arm in arm along the road like sister and brother. They went arm in arm along the road till they came to a stream, and they both sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing. Then out of his knapsack he took a fine fiddle, and he played her such merry tunes that you ever did hear. He played her such merry tunes that the valleys did ring. Ah, softly cried the young maid, hear the nightingale sing. And they kissed so sweet and comforting as they clung to each other. They went arm in arm along the road like sister and brother. They went arm in arm along the road till they came to a stream, and they both sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing.
And now says the fair maid, will you marry me? Oh no, says the soldier, however can that be? For I have a wife at home in my own country, and 2 wives in the army is too much for me.
And they kissed so sweet and comforting sat down together, loved to hear the nightingale sing.
And the little Irish Rover dancers. They're fine dancers. Hey, listen, come here till I tell you. Would you like to get out right now of the studio and come away down the road with us to this lovely little cosy pub I know? There's wine and the pints in the table. There's the full of the house of Jimmy Ferguson and women there. And we've got a great, lovely song singing the praises of the drink. My first love in life is the whiskey.
Oh,
come on, are you ready for that one?
Spent all my cash with Kitty and Ginny and Mary McNash. My father disowned me for being such a rake. I was spending my time in such frolics and ways. The girls say I'm sweet, but I'll have yous all know that my first love in life is the pure Rothsay-o. Really I die, really I die, really I die. Have a chance for to go to the town of Kildare. All the girls all around me to clap on the square. Some bring me a bottle and some bring me cake. And they do it behind their outdoor's back. There's one from the Hawker and one from Carlisle, and another one from Bangor. Me heart has been wild, but I trade every one for a drop of the pure. For me first love is whiskey, the heart. Really I die, really I die, really I die. For the future, I mean to be wise. Tell us. And I'll send for those women who treated me kind. I'll marry them all on the next market day. If the clergy agree to the things that I say, and when I am dead and my soul is at rest, I'll send for those women who treated me right, and they'll cover me over with whiskey so clear, and I'll dance on the lid of me coffin and cheer. Really I die, 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 really I die.
Thank you. That was just to wet your whistle. Ladies and gentlemen, especially all the ladies, a special treat for you tonight. Our special guest tonight not only plays the banjo very well, he sings wonderfully. He's a very good actor and he's full of wit. And on top of all that, he's got these beautiful dimples and he's the most handsomest rogue you've ever seen. At the very risk of losing my fan club, I give you John Davidson.
Thanks. Will, you little devil. Here's some oldies but goodies from 1972. Remember these songs? I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose garden along with the sunshine. There's got to be a little rain sometime. Hey, when you take, you gotta give, so they can let live or let go. Whoa, 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 whoa. I beg your pardon. I never promised you a rose Remember this one? Just put your hand in the hand of the man who found the water. Put your hand in the hand of the man who found the sea. Take a good look at yourself. You will look at others so differently. By putting your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Just put your hand in the hand of the man from Galilee. Sometimes the best songs are found on TV. Remember this? I'd love to teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I'd love to hold it in my hand, keep it company. I'd love to build the world a home and furnish it with love. Grow apple trees and honeybees, snow white turtle dove. It's a real thing. That's the way it should be. Put your hands together, help me out. That's the world wants to see. I think you got it. That's the real thing. Here's my favorite. Bye, bye, Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Where those good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Oh, bye, bye, Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Where those good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing, this'll be the day that I die. This'll be the day that I die. Number one, Jeremiah was a bullfrog, was a good friend of mine. Never understood a single word that he said. Helped him a drink his wine. Sing it with me. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. One more, one more. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. Joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy to you and me. Oh, let it. One more. Joy to the world, all the boys and girls. And joy to the fishes in the deep blue sea. Joy, joy to you.
They're a good lively crowd.
Yes,
You see, you got to come to Canada more often.
I should say so.
They love you.
My goodness.
I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when he was playing that banjo solo, his fingers never left his hands the whole time. Did they?
Never did, Will.
I'm not going to play the banjo anymore, John.
Yes, you should. I studied with you. I used to watch you, and that's how I learned how to play the banjo.
We first met down in California in that Never Never Land when you were doing Craft Music Hall.
Right, yeah.
And we walked in there very unsure of ourselves, John, and you made us feel very, very welcome. We want to do the same to you.
Have been welcomed so nicely. Yeah. What
Thank
a
you.
great group of guys.
John, will you sing us a nice kind of a love song? Because these girls are dying for you to sing them some soft soul. John Davidson, Little Green Apples, ladies and gentlemen.
Soft soul. And I wake up in the morning with my head down in my eyes. She says hi. And I stumble to the breakfast table while the kids are going off to school. Goodbye. Then she reaches out and takes my hand and squeezes it and says, how you feeling, huh? And I look across at smiling lips that warm my heart, see my morning sun. And if that's not loving me, then all I got to say is God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis when the winter comes. And there's no such thing as Dr. Seuss, Disneyland, and Mother Goose. There just ain't no nursery rhymes. God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis in the summertime. When myself is feeling low, I think about that face aglow and ease my mind. Sometimes I call her up at home, just knowing she's busy, and I ask her if maybe she can get away and meet me. Maybe we could grab a bite to eat. Oh, then she drops what she's doing, she hurries down to meet me, and I'm always late. But she keeps waiting patiently and smiles when she first sees me, 'cause she's made that way. And if that's not loving me, then all I've got to say is God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't snow in Minneapolis when the winter comes. There's no such thing as make-believe, puppy dogs and autumn leaves. Just ain't no BB guns. God didn't make the little green apples, and it don't snow in Minneapolis when the winter comes. When myself is feeling low, I think about that face aglow and ease my mind. When myself is feeling so low, well, I just think about that face all aglow, and that eases my mind.
Listen, see what you can find. Hello there, children. You know, years and years and years ago, when Bun Warrior and the Twerp and myself were wee boys in Ireland, we didn't have television or gramophones or anything, so that when we wanted to learn wee songs, we had to make them up ourselves. Wasn't that terrible? And in Glasgow and all through Scotland, it was the same thing. And it would be a terrible thing if we let those wee songs just fade away. So you know what I thought we could do? I thought we could teach you some of them. And if you would come with us, we might let you hear some of the songs that you'd have heard away back in Ireland years and years and years ago. Come on and visit our wee school.
Our wee school's the best wee schools, made with bricks and plaster. The only thing that's wrong with it is a baldy-headed master. He goes to the pub on Saturday, he goes to the church on Sunday. They pray to God to give him strength to burn the wheels on Monday. Go in and out the window, go in and out the window, go in and out the window, as I have done before. Katie Beardy's wooden leg, kick the babies out of bed, all the fleas run up her leg. Dance, Katie Beardy.
Hey, Jenny Cockley, come to bed and cuddle me. I'll give ye a cup of tea to keep your belly warm.
Some say the devil's dead, some say's hardly, some say's living well out Ballygarvey. More say rose again, more say rose again, more say rose.
when he said nay.
Says Paddy, it's a pin cushion and the pins are all away.
Heiny diddly ay day, heiny diddly ay. Says Paddy, it's a pin cushion, the pins are all away. All three men went a hunting to see what they could find. They came across a monkey that somebody left behind.
Ah, the Englishman said a monkey.
Scush when he said nay.
Says Paddy, it's your old man and he hasn't shaved today.
Heiny diddly ay day, heiny diddly ay. Says Paddy, it's your old man and he hasn't shaved today.
Your ears hang down, do they wobble to and fro? Can you tie him in the knot? Can you tie him in the bow? Can you throw him over your shoulder like a continental soldier till your ears hang down? Oh,
Mama, will you buy me a, buy me a, buy me a? Mama, will you buy me a banana? Mama, will you peel the skin, peel the skin? Mama, will you peel the skin of my banana?
Aha! I thought I did. John Davidson, thank you very much for being our guest tonight.
Thanks, Will. I've enjoyed it.
Will you come back?
I surely will come back.
You heard him.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
Listen here, if anybody with the name of John Davidson was going to tell you that we'll be coming back later on and we're not away forever, they'd probably say, "We're no awa te bide awa." If all the Scots will forgive me, we'll sing the song.
Well, we're no awa